Oh, man. Hey, people, how you doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black Show. Glad you can make it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here. We are in the house. Yes, we are. So, thank you for being here. I know this is crazy timing, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here. We're going to do this anyway. Due to whatever issues, we're just going to keep rolling with the show. Before we get started, though, guys, I do want to make sure that everybody can hear me out there because we know how things get on the internets. So I like to start off today's show by going to YouTube and seeing if YouTube can hear me. What's up, YouTube? How y'all feeling? YouTube in his house. We got some people out there on YouTube. Mike S., Marcus, and how'd he do? In the Fed. All right, Brian Crosby, Scott Will, and Bob for Kids. Can you hear me? What's up, Trudy? How you feeling, Trudy? Frederick Murphy, wrong again. Tim Nichols, Michael Vell endorsed Bernie. Ben C., Joe Rogan is someone who I admire. Karen Mitchell, Mike S., and Lee Cox. Louie. All right, good evening. Anna, Ben C., Dizzy Acronym, Joshua Drew. Tatiana's in the house. Audio's good, said Brian Crosby. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate it. Now let's go over to Facebook and see if we got a little bit of love on Facebook. Yes, we do. What's up, Facebook? How y'all feeling? What's up, Nessa Nevins and Uli and Lisa King and Rose Wade and Michael Crown. And Rose Wade, I just got your message, sis. How you doing? I got you covered. Melissa and Rosie Laurie and George Scheller. And all right, George. George says all right. I think that means he can hear me. I think. Let me scroll down a little bit. What's up, Donnie? Sounds good. Thank you, Donnie Filkman. Rosemarie, Renee, Melissa. All right. Sounds good, guys. Perfect. Thank you for participating. Kenneth Richardson and Kerry Williams in email. What's up, Eli? What's up, brah? And the whole crew, Diana Mary. And I'm looking for a new name before I go back. Dion Adams. All right, Dion Adams. Perfect. All right, so we got a lot of stories lined up for today. We got Bernie Sanders, an endorsement from Michael Vell. We're going to go into that. We got a Washington Post article about small donations, the significance of it, and what's going on in the race. Some highlights there we want to talk about. Tulsi Gabbard had to step off the campaign trail for a couple of weeks. We're going to talk about that. But before we get started on any of that, folks, any of that, Nobel laureate Toni Morrison dies at the age of 88. Toni Morrison, a literary lion whose narrative voice soared from deep tenderness to searing power in Beloved, Song of Solomon, and other novels, died Monday night in New York. Her publisher, Alfred A. Knopp, said she was 88 years old. Miss Morrison, who had a career as an editor before turning to fiction, created unforgettable worlds that chronicled the African-American experience. She collected literature's highest honors, including the Nobel Prize in Literature, Poet Laureate, the first black woman to do so, as well as the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction in '88. U.S. President Barack Obama presented Toni Morrison with the Presidential Medal of Freedom, one of the nation's highest civilian honors, in May 2012 at the White House. And just wanted to highlight this incredible icon who has moved on, transcended, as some would say. You know, with great people who've done great things, who have achieved so much. Toni Morrison is one of those people on her passing. Just a little glimpse into how ominous Toni Morrison's life was and what she meant to a generation of upcoming people. I remember, just for instance, this evening, allergies were kicking my butt, and I was sitting on the couch, laid out, trying to get ready for this show tonight. My wife said, "Tim, you know, Toni died," and I said, "Wow," and she said it like she was a friend of the family, like she was someone that I knew personally. Toni Morrison had that kind of effect. She was that type of a lady. She was, once again, one of the icons of a generation. In her 1993 Nobel address, Miss Morrison said, "The vitality of language lies in the ability to limn limn the actual imagined and possible lives of its speakers, readers, writers. Although its poise is sometimes in displacing experience, it is not a substitute for it. It arcs towards the place where meaning may lie. My condolences to the friends and the family, and those and fans of Toni Morrison. But we still have her. She's still here in her great work. And thank you, Toni Morrison. Life well lived. Story well told. All right. Speaking of stories being well told, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to start tonight's show also by saying my condolences to the family and friends and loved ones who are mourning or worried about friends and family who may have been hurt in the crazy violence that occurred over the weekend and violence that occurs too often in our society. And we want to acknowledge that. Last night we held a show where we opened up phone lines and gave people an opportunity to call in and voice their opinions on it. I will not be covering it. I tend to believe that media sensationalizes such events. I don't tend to anything. I believe we sensationalize murder and death and mayhem, and we don't do so really with a critical eye or really with the direction of helping. It's mostly done, in my opinion, for ratings. If we want to have a serious conversation, that'd be another thing. But that's not what I feel that we have in this country when it comes to mass shootings. And then I also have to deal with the whole issue that, I'm from the inner city and I know death occurs ever so often. We have terrorists at nightclubs and parties and neighborhoods that scare the hell out of us, and it's never making the news in that way. So I have a lot of mixed feelings about it, but so I won't be covering it extensively. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to open up the phone lines, because I wanted to show I do hear you and I respect that pain and agony. But I just can't cover it to that extent, guys. But so please refer to our video, my video of a 2.5 hour stream that some of you joined last night, where we discussed many angles and possible solutions to not only mass shootings, but what's going on in our country and how we can prevent future violence, if you're interested. But I will say this, though I feel that way, I don't feel that, I feel the way that I feel about media's role. Media's role. What media's role should be and what it is. Like, I'm on the screen, like, I feel like media's role is over here and what they should be doing is over here. It's like a lot of space between what they're actually getting done when it comes to these issues. And I feel like, once again, that profit margin is always front and center. It's always about making that dollar. And you can thank Bill Clinton for that with the Telecommunications Act of 1996. They did away with news being focused on just news and made it a profit center. And then opened up the door for one big conglomerates to take over media and buy up and swallow up radio stations and newspapers and what have you, and TV stations, to this big behemoth monstrosity where everything's controlled by only a few companies. I think it's down to 5 now. It used to be 6 companies that control 90% of our media. So I feel the way I feel, and it's rooted in reality, rooted in facts that you can look up and, for yourself. But I'm not going to be so cynical or so much of a jackass that I do what I almost called him Mike, to do what Neil deGrasse Tyson did, man. What is wrong with this guy? Did you guys see this? Neil deGrasse, number 4. He sent out this tweet. In the past 48 hours, the U.S. horrifically lost 34 people to mass shootings. He could have stopped there. He did not. On average, across any 48 hours, we also lose 500 to medical errors, 300 to the flu, 250 to suicide, 200 to car accidents, 40 to homicide via handgun. Often our emotions respond more to spectacle than to data. Well, I don't know if I agree with him, because A lot of people responded to his tweet. They were responding to his data. And it was a spectacle. And so much said, so look, here's the thing. By comparing the loss of 34 people over the weekend to deaths caused by illness and accidents, many people felt Tyson was downplaying the role that gun violence plays in American society. Yeah, the astrophysicist, the famed astrophysicist, in fact, I don't even know of another astrophysicist. That's how famous Neil deGrasse Tyson is. And I like him sometimes. I think he's interesting anyway. Teaches me stuff when I do watch him. But he had to go back and walk back his tweet. Write this long thing. Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to piss people off. I don't know what I was thinking. Sometimes I be tripping. I need to go back on the Joe Rogan show and smoke some weed and chill out. And look, it's not that Mr. Tyson was wrong, because he wasn't wrong. He's right. His numbers are right. The problem is when somebody's dying of something, and in this case, when people literally are dead from violence, you don't need to point out other things, man. Like, let that moment of emotional trauma be experienced. You know, like, nobody wants that. Look, if I got the flu, don't be talking to me about your toe. Like, you know, we talk about my flu right now. All right? If I got, you know, something going on with me, and I want to feel that. And I want you to know that you care, that you empathize. What's wrong with these smart people, man? They can't. Where is the chromosome that teaches that you know, the common sense chromosome, man? Where's that at? Where's the empathy? Well, if I had empathy, Tim Black, I probably wouldn't be as smart as I am, which is like 3 times smarter than you, Tim Black. Probably true. Probably true. But you got IQ and I got EQ. I don't know about you, but I like my music played a certain way. Anyway, so, yeah, I won't be covering the shootings extensively on this channel for the reasons I laid out, but I'm not going to do that, you know? And he got a lot of people like what he said. They were like, yeah, you tell them. They just want to take our guns. You tell them. All right. Got a lot going on over here. All right, so Bernie Sanders. Oh, man, did you hear the one about Bernie Sanders? Bernie Sanders crossed the road to go on the Joe Rogan show. Yeah, he went on the Joe Rogan show today. It's very interesting. Hey, look, Joe Rogan has become more than just a podcast. He's become an institution. He's become a pillar. He's become a stop on the road for politicians who want to get their word out to the masses. He's become a place that's sort of like a game changer for a lot of individuals to get that opportunity to go on that platform. And you know what? I would like to be the Black Joe Rogan. But since I can't be the Black Joe Rogan, I'm just going to be the Black Tim Black. And what I mean by that is, I hope to have the success that Joe Rogan has. Like, he has set a benchmark for what can be done if you just stick with a thing and stick with a thing. And people say, shut up, stop, you're not smart enough. Stick with a thing and stick with a thing. You don't know what you're talking about. Why should you be important? And stick with a thing and stick with a thing and just keep getting up and keep getting up, keep doing the thing. So Bernie went on the show, and Bernie's talking about everything from healthcare, and it's a nice long over an hour long conversation about a multifaceted of issues. Bernie has time to get into detail. They talk healthcare, they talk government reform, they talk money and politics, they talk Amazon and Disney, they talk McDonald's, they talk all of these big issues, and it's done in a laid-back format. You know how Joe Rogan does his show. So, very interesting. I'm going to be covering that more in depth, but I thought I'd mention it because it happened today. It's sort of like our Bernie update news for what's going on there. So shout out to Joe Rogan for that. Speaking of shout outs to Joe Rogan, we all know the mayor of New York City, Bill de Blasio, is running for president, though he got into the battle kind of late. He's in there now. He made a splash in the first debate, specifically calling out a number of issues. He was very pushy, but he had to do so in order to kind of get his name in there. So we know what's going on with Eric Garner, big thing in New York. People hate, what's going on with their case, and it dragged on for 5 years, so long that Erica Garner, daughter of Eric Garner, has passed away before even seeing justice, just to see the policeman who killed her father actually even removed from the law enforcement. Like, so we know recently, Pantaleo, his name, he had to step down. So anyway, so Bill de Blasio's on the Politico today and doing an interview, and he says something that's interesting. Yeah, de Blasio said something that is very interesting. I'd like to share it with you. Bill de Blasio said Bernie would have won. The end. I mean, come on, guys. We already know that, right? Talk about being late for the date. Come on, man. Where you been, buddy? We've been talking about this. This is what we've been pissed off about. But do you know there's some people going, oh, my God, I can't believe Bill de Blasio actually said the truth. I mean, said that about Bernie Sanders. Now, we know Bill de Blasio, big-time Hillary supporter. Dude, you endorse Hillary. Great for you to have an epiphany now to try to, I don't know. I feel like what you're trying to do, Bill, is you're trying to paint yourself as a progressive. Yeah, you're looking over and you see that really the progressive area on the field is pretty small. You think you can kind of get in there and kind of make a name. You know you don't want to be with John Delaney and Steve Bullock and Tim Ryan. I mean, it's not the spot to be in. You do know they're going nowhere, right? You do know that, right? You do get a sense that they're going nowhere. I mean, there is a strategy at play here, isn't there? They're going nowhere, buddy. So, I find it very convenient that Bill de Blasio, you would now say, oh, I should have voted Bernie. Bernie's the guy. He's great. We're late. Too damn late. Too damn late. Feel the same way about Senator Warren. Too damn late. Too late. Oh, gotta be quicker than that. Oh, you want to vote? Oh, you want donations? Oh, you gotta be quicker than that. Look, I'm not talking about the average person. If an average person wakes up, gets the crust out their eyes, put on their fly green socks, stepped in the alley, ran into a homie, a girl named Sally from the Valley, that's fine. You wake up, you realize that Bernie Sanders is that guy, and you don't know why, for God's sake, you voted for Hillary, or why, during the primaries. Okay? Some people voted for voted for Hillary, in the national election because they looked over at Trump. They were like, oh, God, this guy's crazy, sick, can't vote for him. So they had many choices. It was like cyanide or gunshot to the head. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and go with that gunshot to the head. So I get that. Point is this, I don't have a problem with, I would never begrudge a regular person, an average voter, for voting the way they voted, for various reasons. It's my job to influence you with information and deprogram you from CNN and MSNBC. But Bill de Blasio already knew Hillary was an establishment creature from the corporate lagoon. Like, he already knew that she was an alien from the planet Corrupton. He wasn't confused. He already knows these things. He can't feign, well, I never. Nah, you can't do that, Lurch. You know what's up. Yao Ming, You know what I mean? Now he wants to act like, oh, God, look what I found. Progressive policies under Bernie Sanders. Yeah, I know, mofo. Yeah. You know what else I found? You ain't shit. You are full of it. That's what I found. All right. Well, anyway, also on Bernie News, check this out.
My name is Mike Gravel. I'm proud and honored to endorse Senator Bernie Sanders for the presidency of the United States. Bernie has a program that benefits all Americans, not just the 1%. He will be a great president for all Americans. We have a simple choice. We can have a democratic socialism of Bernie Sanders to benefit all Americans, or we can have Republican socialism, which benefits the 1% and leads us to a constant state of war. The choice is yours.
That's right, folks. The choice is yours. So Senator Mike Gravel did that. And then Bernie Sanders responded with this. Thank you, Senator Gravel. Thank you, Senator Gravel. Together, we will end forever wars, fight for an economy that works for all of us, and bring millions of people into the political process. Thank you. Thank you very much. And yeah, there's been a great deal of conflict surrounding Senator Mike Gravel, former senator of Alaska. As we all know, those people who are not too aware of Mike Gravel, is a notable senator, man. This guy, people in Alaska still talk about this guy, how amazing he was as a senator. He fought for the people. We had some medical issues that hampered his political star. If it weren't for that, this guy was on the verge of being humongous. Mike Gravel, notably in 2008, was on the stage with Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, and he was, and Dennis Kucinich and Edwards, and some other people whose names I forget at the moment. But he was Bernie. He was burnt, like he was, I don't even know if he was, I don't know, like Bernie needs that moment on the debate stage where he just calls out the whole power structure and just knocks them all down, like brings them out, just pulls out the wood chipper on them. That's what he did. He called out the military-industrial complex and the corruption of these corporate Democrats right there live on TV. And it's phenomenal what he did. And sort of like the reemergence of his campaign relaunched here in the 2020 election with some young people who got together with him, and they built up a website, the Gravelanche, and it was amazing. But there's been some conflict about who Mike Gravel is endorsing. People wanted him to endorse Bernie Sanders. Some wanted him to endorse Tulsi Gabbard. Gravel's campaign manager, David Oakes, told The Hill in a statement that the former senator had always planned to end his campaign after the summer debates. Actually, contesting primaries and caucuses were never in the plan, as the point of the campaign is to push the party left and advocate against American imperialism and end the wars. Gravel had previously announced he was ending his long-shot presidential campaign and would start a leftist think tank. So, with that in mind, I'm also hearing now, I didn't see in this video, but I'm also hearing that he also endorses Tulsi Gabbard. So I don't know if that's official or not. I would like to hear it from Mr. Gravel personally. I had an opportunity to interview him briefly a couple of months ago. Very, very kind, gentle, gracious, blunt man. Great to speak with him. Very truthful. No BS about him at all. So I know if he says it, that's how he feels. But as you can hear from what he believes in his policy for the American people, you can see why I would think that he probably does have a endorsement, a two-way endorsement of both of these candidates. And from what I heard, whoever leads the ticket, he supports, whether it's Tulsi or if it's Bernie, in whatever order. But it's more about policy for Mr. Gravel than anything else. So shout out to Senator Mike Gravel. And as regarding the team and the conflict, hey guys, we don't have many candidates that stand up against the war machine or who stand up against the powerful and the elitists and the corruption. And so let's rally around what we have in common and leave the rest outside. Let's do that. Embrace what we can and leave the rest aside. Okay. Speaking of Tulsi Gabbard has taken a couple weeks off due to, she's serving the country is what she's doing. Yeah, Anna Navarro on The View. Yeah, while you are doing whatever you're doing, going to get a mani and a pedi, Tulsi Gabbard's in Indonesia running training exercises Yeah. Yeah, Joy Behar, The View. While you're sitting on your, whatever that is, doing whatever it is you're doing, Tulsi Gabbard's serving her country right now. In fact, she had to stop her presidential campaign at a very pivotal moment in order to do what? What's she doing? You battle axes. What is she doing? Oh, that's right. She's doing something you or I never had the guts to do, which is serve our country in a way that could cost you life. In fact, my cousin died on a training exercise. Yeah, like soldiers lose their lives in exercises because it's not the exercises like 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato. It's not doing Pilates. They're actually working with artillery, heavy guns, mobiles, all types of equipment. So it's risking your life to even be around such. But you wouldn't know anything about that, ladies of The View, would you? But you like to smear. Right there, true, Sonny. When you like smearing, don't you? Well, I just think she's suspecting. It's really weird that she doesn't fall in line like the rest of them. She doesn't. I don't know what it is. It's really scary. I'm really concerned. About what? Republican talking point, garbage talking, smear. No, actually, that's not Republican talking point. Smear talking point from Democrats. So anyway, back to Tulsi Gabbard. She's on maneuvers. The Hawaiian representative was squeezing a visit to the Hawkeye State for the Iowa State Fair before she leaves later this week, a campaign spokesman told the Washington Examiner on Tuesday. But yeah, she will take 2 weeks off from the 2020 Democratic presidential campaign to join the Army National Guard for a training exercise in Indonesia. So yeah. Yeah, that's important. So, she's been treated so well. Things have gone so well since she called out Kamala Harris. I know she just wants a break, from all of the love that she's been receiving. Yeah, it's not like people are dredging up old conversations with dictators and smearing her as some type of apologist for someone that she can neither knight nor dislike or nor prop up. Like, what could she do? Like, this whole aside thing, I'm trying to figure out, like, what are you saying she did? Oh, you're saying she had a different thought because she couldn't actually do anything. She's not in a position where she could give a side anything or help him in any way. You're not even accusing her of that. You're accusing her of thinking differently than you, having a different opinion than you. Just to highlight how horrible they've been, guys. Now, I want you to see this, but I don't want you to get mad at me and throw nothing at the screen. But I want you to see this. Check this out.
I'm talking about one specific thing. All of that is completely valid and does not need any benefit to Bashar al-Assad. On your website, I don't understand why you have information on there that questions the notion that Assad is responsible for things that the U.S. intel and the United Nations intel believe he's responsible for. You don't need to defend him to make your argument. I don't understand why you do.
I've never defended Assad.
The stuff on the website questions the legitimacy of his connection to the attacks.
What you're referring to are cynicisms, a skepticism that I have expressed because I've served in a war that was caused by people who lied to us.
Yes.
Who lied to the American people.
Understood.
Who presented false evidence that members of Congress and U.S. senators believed and voted for a war that resulted in the loss of lives of over 4,000 of my brothers and sisters in uniform. The very first thing I did every single day when I served in Iraq in that field medical unit during the height of that war in 2005 was go through a list name by name of every American casualty and injury that had occurred in the previous 24 hours. I know the cost of war in a way that none of those other people on that stage last night can understand. So yes, I will always ask the tough questions. I will ask for the evidence. And as we're seeing, evidence is constantly coming through. It's our responsibility as lawmakers and as leaders in this country to make sure that our U.S. military is not being activated and deployed to go to war unless we are certain, A, that it serves the best interests of the American people, and B, that action will actually have a positive impact.
That's
so
why we argue on this
show
show
all the time.
all
are
the
based
time.
on this
Well,
experience
I
that
would-
I've had.
I hear
of
you.
making
I would argue
sure
that what's
we are
on the
doing the right
website
thing.
isn't just raising questions, it's speculating in a way that isn't based by fact. But we've discussed that, and I don't want to spend all the time on it. And we argue on this show all the time
Let me just point
that
you to two
Congress
quick
needs to have
things.
more power
Let me
on
just point
military
you to
action,
two
not
quick
less.
things on that.
Go ahead.
Can I point you to two quick things
Absolutely.
on that? There was a report that was recently sent out from the OPCW, the UN's organization responsible for investigating incidents of chemical weapons attacks, that brings into light a lot of different evidence that wasn't previously reported. And secondly, there's a professor from MIT who has also been an expert in missile attacks and chemical weapons, who's also shed a lot of light on this. What I'm saying is
they've raised
we've
some
got to
questions
examine
about
all
what
of
the
evidence.
dynamic is there. Nobody's exonerating Assad. Let me ask you something else, Congresswoman. Why do you think Senator Harris didn't have specific responses for you last night? And what do you think last night means to you going forward?
That's a great question that I wish someone would ask Senator Harris.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a great question. Great question that maybe Chris should have started off his stupid tirade, his badgering of Assad, this smearing garbage. Maybe he should have started off his interview with that. Yeah, maybe we should have began. And that shows you everything you need to know, right? She's on this show after a debate that millions of people saw, where she called out a sitting senator of one of the largest states in the United States, a popular politician in the name of Kamala Harris. Top 5 Kamala is in the race for the Democratic nomination. I think you got to give her that. And instead of you starting with, hey, what about that dust up on the debate stage in front of the whole world? You start with 3-year-old conversation, and people, she's not the only person that went to Syria. She didn't go alone on some clandestine meet in the middle of the night. She went with like a group of people, an envoy, a bunch of people. More than just her went there. Dennis Kucinich went, who they also tanked there in Ohio, right? Tanked the hell out of him. Point is this. Chris Cuomo, hack. Point is this. Chris Cuomo, hack. Hack job. Bad Chris, bad shield. Not even good at defending it or hiding it. Obvious shillmanship. Not journalism, Schillerism. Yeah. Propagandaism. So, what she was pointing out is that, she points out that, hey, you asked me why I would meet with Assad and why I'm not sold on the idea. Well, remember Iraq? Remember that? Remember how they lied to us about Iraq, got us to go to war? It turns out there was no weapons of mass destruction. And Chris was like, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, they were wrong. They lied to us. Well, I'm just saying, I want to be sure. No, you can't be sure. Being sure now is treasonous. It's wrong to want to be sure now. But you just said you understood that with Iraq, right, that we thought we were sure. And then we found out our information was faulty. And yeah, you're right. That's what happened. Well, why don't you want to be more circumspect now? Why can't we be more prepared? Why can't we be, a little, hesitant and evaluate things? Be a little bit more critical. Oh, no. That's military-industrial complex written all over it. That's Chris Cuomo. Taking it from the military-industrial complex. That's what that is. Thank you, sir. Can I have another? Thank you, sir. Can I have another? So the OCPW investigated the claims, and they have come up with it inconclusive. That's not good because you wanted war on inconclusive. And it was weird that, we were sending inspectors down, and just as we were sending inspectors down, they decided to drop bombs anyway. Isn't that strange? Not to Chris Cuomo, because Chris Cuomo wants a job. Chris Cuomo has a job. His job is to do whatever he needs to do to keep his job. People tell you that selling out is something that's, that is reserved for just one group of people or one group, one race, one anything. Don't you buy it. He sells out everybody with that. That interview is horrible. All right. Now, before we move on, I want to thank the new subscribers. I want you to know I'm reaching out to all of the Tim Black Wolfpack members who already give $5 or more per month, which is equivalent of you giving $5 a month. Anyway, I'm reaching out, let everybody know that I'm sending out gift packs, right? So it's called a Wolfpack gift pack. It's my way of giving back to you guys, all right? I'm sending bumper stickers and tags and sticker stuff, all this stuff I put together. I took what I've been making on the show, and I went out and bought stuff to give people. You. Because without you, there is no show. And hoping that you tell a friend and you share it, people see it, be like, hey, you, what's that thing on your car? Or what's that on your notepad? Or what's that on your backpack? Or whatever. You be like, oh, that's the Tim Black show, yeah? Yeah, my man, Tim Black, he's a good guy. He tells it like it is, and like it'll grow the show. But it's also my way of saying thank you. So if you are already a member, a $5 member or more of the Tim Black Wolfpack, please email me or DM me, any way you can do it, to give me your mailing address so I can send you your Tim Black Wolfpack gift pack. There's currently an ad going on Facebook right now. Respond to the ad, get involved. If you're not a member right now, click on the ad or just go and join on Facebook, YouTube, or what's the other one? Facebook, YouTube. Oh, Patreon. Yeah. All right. Everything's good. Okay. Well, guys, you know what's great about campaigns? We get all this accurate information. Yeah, we get all this accurate information about politics, and we learn more about policies. And we have great institutions of newspapers, of journalistic institutions, such as the Washington Post, is giving us all this information. And what's bad, what's bad about elections? Well, that people get to take the information in, misconstrue it, bend it, and twist it, and break the head off of it, and grab stuff and rebuild it and reshape it, and give you a weird narrative that doesn't match at all what the information was trying to tell you. God, it's kind of scary, wasn't it? Got so vivid, Tim. Kind of give me nightmares. So there was an article by the Washington Post put out today about small donors in the election, about the campaigns of small donors. And, yeah, let's go there. A few candidates have small, loyal donors. About 1/5 of Democratic donors have given to multiple candidates, suggesting many haven't settled on the favorite in the crowded field of presidential contenders. More than 2.3 million people made small dollar donations, that's $200 or less, to Democratic presidential candidates in the first half of the year. 21 donors gave up to 20 or more candidates. Nearly all of those running in the primaries are a sign of how the new Democratic National Committee debate qualifications for candidates have affected donors' giving. Now, what's important to know, guys, is this is, as you can see here, Kamala Harris, small donor or dollar donors, 266,979 compared to Elizabeth Warren with 410,923. But based on the overall amount of donations, she actually has a higher percentage, though she raised less from small donations. But those small donations make up a larger percentage of her donations. Get it? So, bounce back here. So, small donations are an important thing because that's coming from working people. Working people give things $200 or less. Heck, hey, I'm Tim Black. I got a small independent media company. We do independent media. That's what we do. We create content. People give to the Tim Black Wolfpack Show in order to help this show, the Tim Black Show, the Freedom Friday Show, the Coffee with Tim Black Show. They do that. And I'm going to tell you, man, working people can give you as little as $1 to $2 to $5 a month. So, $200 is a lot for people to give you $200. But this is a significant shift from previous presidential candidate or presidential primaries, when candidates would vie for maxed out checks from wealthy donors to help them survive the lengthy and expensive primary fight. This year, campaigns must dominate the small dollar game as well. Yet many of these candidates are tapping into similar donor pools whose loyalties may not reliably translate into votes. Won't transfer into votes, Tim. What are you talking about? Well, there's a thing called loyalty, baby. And when it comes to loyalty, right? When it comes to loyalty, Sanders has the most loyal donor base. That's right. The loyalty of donors varied wildly across candidates. Bernie Sanders had the most loyal donors with over 80% giving exclusively to him. Andrew Yang followed closely behind. Former Housing and Urban Development Secretary Julian Castro and Senator Cory Booker had the least loyal donors. For each, about 60% of their donors also gave to other candidates. These findings come from Washington Post analysis of small donor giving based on recently released ActBlue data reported by the Federal Election Commission. Oh boy. So, what does that tell us, guys? What does that tell us? That tells me that Bernie Sanders has people that are actually in line behind Bernie Sanders' campaign. More steadily. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like I tell people, donate to Tulsi Gabbard. I strongly support Tulsi Gabbard as well. I want to see her on that stage. I want to see her go as far as she possibly can go. But I've been very open and honest that I endorse Bernie Sanders. So you get what I'm saying? And I've given to both campaigns, by the way. Okay? Here's the deal. If you're Cory Booker, if you're Julian Castro, and 60%, it's more than half, right? 60 is more than 50. Yeah, 60% of your donors give to other people too. Makes me feel like they're only giving to you to be like, nice. They're like, hey, stay in the race, Oh, I like what he said there. Let's keep the brown and black guys, running. That's just how it looks to me. I could be wrong. I know I just offended a lot of people. Get over it. Walk it off. That's how I really feel. Ain't going to apologize. But I'm telling you, that's what it looks like to me. And the thing that got me about this, because it's got to be a positive that Bernie has people that only want to support Bernie. That's props to Bernie. They tried to make this a negative. Yeah, they want to make it a negative that there are people that go, I want apple pie. Oh, one apple pie. They mad because people want their apple pie. They're like, well, don't you want some cherry pie? No, I want apple pie. Well, that's rude that you won't give to the you don't want no lemon pie. No lemon pie, mofo. I'm allergic to lemons. Elizabeth Warren is a lemon, by the way. I'm allergic to lemons. See, they're flipping it, and they're saying, well, these people, these Bernie supporters, they got a thing for apple pie, and it disgusts me. It's because they're pushing for anything but Bernie. Yeah, they're part of the Never Bernie, anyone but Bernie movement. We see it. You're not fooling us. We've been around, back when I was rocking my Nas and you were playing your Jay-Z, you hated on my Nas CD. Now we see Nas is still a G, You know what I mean? People, I saw that thing about Kanye and Jay-Z, totally off topic, totally random. How, Kanye and Kim Kardashian worked with Donald Trump to get prison justice reform, and Jay-Z and Beyonce worked to get pictures with Obama and Michelle. That's different. So Nas won. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Nas won. No, anyway, back to this. They want to make it negative that people support Bernie Sanders exclusively, or a lot more people support Bernie Sanders exclusively. That just goes to show you how biased they are. At least I tell you my bias. I say, hey, guys, I support Bernie. Don't be surprised if you were here in 2016, I supported Bernie in 2016. I'm consistent, but I will call things out. And Bernie could lose my support if he acts crazy. Because I'm not going to apologize. I can't keep coming. I'm too old to be coming out here apologizing to people, acting like, what happened didn't happen. No. We're going to address stuff. So, but I'm upfront with you about how I feel. And you can say, okay, well, he's a Bernie supporter, but he's all right. He gives. But see, they should do that. They should have to tell you. They should have to be upfront with you and say, we hate Bernie. Hate him, hate him, hate him. That's why we write this garbage about him all the time. We are, supporters of Elizabeth Warren, or we support Kamala Harris, or we support Mayor Pete. Whatever it is, won't you just admit it? But they won't be that open and honest with you. But dude, in what other world can you demonize a person because people like them more? You're supposed to go, hey, good job, man. Oh, for real? I never hated on the guy who got the, who got the good car, the nice car. Never was like, oh, man, this guy got the nice car. Look at you with your nice car. I always looked at the car and said, hey, man, you got that car? That's your car? You ain't steal it? That's your car? I'm going to give me a car like that too, man. How'd you get that car, man? School me on how to get a car like that. But see, they're not those type of people. They're not hater people, man. These people hate. That's what they do to Bernie. That's what they do to Bernie. How many multi-donors divvied funds? Okay. How multi-donors divvied funds? For the 5 highest polling candidates, here is the share of their donors who also gave to another candidate. Among the 5 highest polling candidates, Senator Kamala Harris had the largest share of donors who also gave to someone else. Nearly a quarter of her donors, 61,000, also gave to Senator Elizabeth Warren. Of these shared donors, thousands also gave to Sanders, Castro, or South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg as a third donation. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is, guys, her support is not as strong as you think it is. Yeah, 61,000. Nearly a quarter of her donors also gave to Elizabeth Warren. She tops the list of the candidates who the people were like, yeah, I want to see you keep going, but, and let's keep it real, I also want to see Elizabeth Warren. I ain't quite made my mind up on you. Oh, I also want to see Mayor Pete, what he going to get down there, what he going to do. Oh, I also want to see Bernie Sanders, because you guys are so close in policy, in identity. I don't know who I can know. It's either going to be Bernie or Senator Kamala Harris. Warren and Sanders shared 60,000 donors as Warren increasingly gained support from those who backed Sanders in 2016. Donors to the 5 highest polling candidates were most likely also to give to other high polling candidates. But Sanders donors also gave at high rates to Representative Tulsi Gabbard. That's right. Let me say that part again. Sanders donors also gave in high numbers and high rates to Representative Tulsi Gabbard. She was more popular among Sanders donors than any other Democratic candidate besides Warren. In 2016, Gabbard stepped down, as we all know, from her vice chair position with the DNC to endorse Bernie Sanders. It almost cost her political career. They retaliated against her. They ran candidates against her in Hawaii from the DNC. They were unsuccessful. Yeah. So she put it all on the line. And now she's reaping some benefits from that because people go, you actually walked the talk. You weren't like Bill de Blasio going, hey, Bernie's really progressive. I should have voted for him. Too bad I didn't. You're not like Senator Elizabeth Warren. Hey, Bernie's really progressive. I should have voted for him. Too bad I didn't. But at least Bill de Blasio's going, hey, I should have voted for him. Senator Elizabeth Warren's just going, hey, snickerdoodles and gee willikers and golly goo-goo. Golly goopy loopy cupy. Galoopy doopy keepy teepy. Oh, fiddly sticks and bumper knuckles and persimmons and cranberry juice and olive branches. Willy-nilly, coca-silly, cockadoo. Would you like to drink a beer? All right. Do I got another thing over here? I think I do. Last slide. Who won the money game among shared donors? Here are the candidates who shared the most donors. Despite the overlap, many donors still seem to show a preference for one candidate in their contributions. 77% of shared donors gave more to Sanders. For the biggest donor overlaps, more people generally gave a greater contribution to the higher polling candidate. But that was not the case for donors who gave to Buttigieg and Harris, where slightly more gave a greater donation to Buttigieg. Similarly, more shared donors gave a higher contribution to Harris than former Vice President Joe Biden. Her donations from Biden donors spiked after her debate debut, where Harris challenged Biden's civil rights record. All right. And there you go. You see Sanders, 77% of shared donors gave more to Sanders, 17% to Gabbard. Sanders, 51%, and 37% to Warren. Warren, 61% to her. They also 19% went to Castro, 47% to her, 29% to Buttigieg. Warren, 43% to her, 28% to Harris. Harris, 52% to and 20% to Booker. 49% to Harris, 24% to Castro. Harris, 43%, and also 39% to Biden. Buttigieg, 47% and 35% to O'Rourke, and 38% Buttigieg, and 34% to Harris. Now, what I don't like about this already is there may be candidates such as Warren or Harris or Buttigieg where they were also giving money to Bernie Sanders, but since he doesn't make the threshold, like there's a number they're looking for up there, maybe it's lower, so they're not even displaying it. But you could list that. And the same would hold true for others, okay? So it's not like Buttigieg people didn't give any money to Bernie. Some people probably did. Same thing with Harris and with Warren, okay? Okay. So, yeah. So at this point, we shouldn't be shocked about anything. We know how things work. We kind of get the picture. We were here last election, but if you're new to the election process, you'll know that the DNC and the Democratic Party has a way of anointing their favorite. Hopefully, we'll be able to thwart that this time with a candidate that can actually beat Donald Trump. Maybe that'd be an idea. I did a video earlier today that I want you guys to check out. It's a interview. What was it? Who was that? I forgot. Bill Maher. Bill Maher was talking about how the left, the Democrats, needs to not embrace the left, or he called it the extremism of the left, the extreme left. Yeah, the ones that want livable wage, college, free local tuition to college, health care for everyone, universal health care, Medicare for all, crazy kooky ideas that the rest of the world has. Yeah, that extremism. Actually, it's extreme not to have it. Anyway, go watch that video. It's on my YouTube channel. It said a lot of people aren't clicking on it. I don't know why a lot of people aren't clicking on my video. Go click the video, please. It's on YouTube. Do it today. Do it now. All right, people, look. This has been an interesting show. What we've taken from it, what's the lesson today? Bill de Blasio being an opportunist. I don't know, Kamala Harris not as strong in the polls as people think. Not only did she drop a few digits, but her support was kind of soft anyway. Like people go like, hey man, who you support? I support Kamala. You do? Kinda. Wow, what you hear about her, man? I drop her I drop it like a hot cake. What you hear, man? Oh, for real? Oh, that's it. That's it. I'm done. I'm going Bernie all the way now. Oh, give me Elizabeth. That's what we found out. Not really steady. Not solid. I'm bad, man. I'm bad. All right. Shout out to LL Cool J, still doing this thing. Mama said knock you out. Mama said knock you out. All right, that's it, guys. I love you. I'm Tim Black. Find me as Real Tim Black on Facebook and Twitter. Become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack. We do things a little bit differently around here, as you can tell. I reference hip-hop and things, really. Because I really live the lifestyle of a famous rapper. No, not at all. Not really. Just love the that. And also movie buff. We're gonna have movie references. Give me all you got. Give me all you got. Yeah. Heat. Al Pacino and Heat. I paged you all night, man. Can't stand freaking paging. Man, it's a substance abuse problem. Man, you a methamphetamine addict. Man, it's a substance abuse problem, brother. Where's your empathy? That's it, guys. I'm out of here. I love you. Follow me. Join the Tim Black Wolfpack. Political analysis you won't get anywhere else. We're done with personality, realism, and no cut cards. And I'm not trying to get a job on CNN. Take that job and shove it. These guys are working. These people are kissing butt to do that. And I'm not trying to attract Trump supporters either. Get out of here, Trumpy. Get out of here, you maggot. Using race to try to win votes. Get out of here. Get out of here. So if you value that, if you find that important, if you say, wow, that's, I like that. Well, go ahead and, become a member, subscribe to the channel, and also consider becoming don't consider it, just do it. It's $5, man. You've lost $5 and forgot you lost it. Join the Tim Black Wolfpack for $5 a month. Get a Tim Black Wolfpack gift pack. I send that to you. I love you. I see you Thursday. On Wednesday, I do spring cleaning, and I do a lot of stuff that I need to do, like market and promote the show, because I'm pretty much a one-man band, and I'll see you then. Much love to you. But first, let me shout out anybody who gave super chats, and also let me give shout outs to some. We got some new people who have joined the Tim Black Wolfpack, and I want to acknowledge Rhea Moore. Oh, some app died as soon as I opened it. I want to acknowledge a few people like Immaculata Singh and Mark Sinclair and Rhea Moore and Richard Katz and Aaron Scott and Kerry Rains and Gary. And it crashed again. The Patreon app is not good. And Dana Tompkins and Ken Cimarel. And let's go to YouTube and see who else joined. Who else? Oh, we got Lainey Peterson with a super chat. Lainey Peterson. Anybody else joining? Lainey, did you join? Doing great. Thank you for your work. Well, thank you, Lainey. I appreciate you, sis. Join the Tim Black Wolfpack, Lainey. I'm putting you on the spot. Join the Tim Black Wolfpack. Do it. Just do it. No window love. Just do it. Half-baked. But seriously, guys, join the Tim Black Wolfpack. Facebook. We got some Facebook people in the house. I can't get to it now, but we're starting to grow, so you can also become a Tim Black Wolfpack member on Facebook, guys. Shout out to my Facebook crew, my Tim Black Wolfpack there. And don't forget, guys, the Tim Black Speak On It group is on Facebook. It's an amazing group. It's moderated by my friends Joy and Buck. Become a member of that. Just go sign up. It's free. And we want to have that be like the place we go after the show. After the show, it's the after party. So go there, have a conversation, continue the conversation amongst friends. All right, Wolfpack, I love you. Got nothing but love for you. Shout out to Don and Bruce. What's up, Bruce Linnell? And Leah and the whole squad over there on Facebook, man. I love you guys. Thank you to my moderators. I don't know who's moderating tonight, but Eli, Dave, and Buck, and Joy, and everybody, man. Rose, Matarana, and Uli. Uli, are you moderating? And I got like 5 or 6 people, man, my friends who help support this show. They keep the show going, guys. All right, that's it. I'm dragging on and on now. Once I get going, man, my throat was hurting me earlier, but you guys got me charged up now. You guys do this to me, man. I get pumped up when I start talking to you guys. That's right. All right. That's it. I'll see you soon. Remember, don't let nobody take your cornbread, and sprinkle some facts on them. Peace. That's not a gang sign. That's a peace sign. Peace.